Hi guys, how are you doing? Welcome back to this channel. So let me introduce you to a good friend of mine. Okay, let me let her introduce herself.
Yes, I am her friend. My name is Kamore.
Add the title because what you're going
My
to talk
name is
about.
Kamore, a psychologist in the making. And yeah, I love studying psychology. I love studying people's minds. And I love helping people go through mental illnesses and
Yeah,
such.
yeah. Thank you so much for the intro,
Karibu.
which is a good thing actually because right now that I can say that mental illness is at the top here
Yeah, it's,
of
it's
most
actually
illnesses actually.
it's a pandemic. It
Yeah,
should be
it's actually a
declared a
pandemic.
pandemic.
By
Yeah.
there, I was reading a book. It's called what? How to How to Stop Worrying and Start Living. So in that book, it says that the author says that right now, most people that go to the hospital actually don't go there because of physical illnesses. Like they don't go there because of cancer, because of
It's a battle of the
HIV.
mind.
Yeah. They go there because of emotional issues.
Yes.
Yeah, so as a psychologist, guys, that is why I brought her on this channel. I want her to talk about how to know, or rather, if you can tell when someone is suicidal. Even on Facebook, on social media, we have seen cases of people committing suicide, and when you check their maybe their social media handles, they were like trying to pass a message that no one ever noticed. Yeah, so that is our topic today. I hope you learned something from this video. I hope you will love the video. If you do, please give us a thumbs up. Okay, subscribe to the channel and click the notification bell so that you don't miss any of our videos.
Yep.
So,
Yeah, but
psychologist.
first wacha kwanza nikutoe makosa. We should stop saying that somebody committed suicide. We are criminalizing suicide, and suicide is an illness. Why don't we criminalize even diseases like HIV/AIDS and say they committed HIV/AIDS, they committed cancer? No, but we are always criminalizing suicide. It's a battle of the mind, and so it is very wrong for us to be saying somebody committed suicide. We are not going to change it to they died by suicide or they tried suicide.
Okay. Yes, teacher.
But makes sense,
Yeah,
really.
it does.
Yeah,
It
because at
does.
one time,
Commit.
yeah,
Yeah,
it's
commit is
commit
like
is a crime. Yes,
yeah,
suicide
it's
was
a
a crime at
crime.
one time in Kenya. I think it's still a crime, not sure. But again,
Yeah,
it's
by the way, we used to, I don't know, ati ukipatikana when you're trying to commit suicide, you are actually jailed.
yes, if you try
Oh
to die
my.
by suicide and you survive, you are supposed to be jailed. But it's an illness. Even if you jail me, I'm battling with my demons in my head. So continue. Sorry.
Yeah, so I was actually bringing it now to you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so my question is, as family members, as friends, as people who are close to this person that is suicidal, are we able to tell? Why is it that we are always shocked when this happens?
Now I'll ask you something, and I would like you to tell me any story of any person you know, or you've heard, or even read on social media who died by suicide.
Yeah.
Can you take us through what was how before they actually died by suicide? Their months or their status updates. What did they read? Did they say something?
Okay, by there I have an uncle who died of suicide. But okay, now that one I can't tell the story because I was just a young girl and he was a grown up. I really can't tell. We just found him hanging
Hanging
in
in
the
his
house.
house.
Yeah, hanging in the house. But now on social media, at least thanks to social media, we can also see things that we haven't experienced, even if it is in our family. We can also see things from different people across the world. So the case I was telling you about this lady who was always updating her Facebook status with photos, beautiful photos of herself. But now the message, she could come to Facebook and post her photo and write something like, "Tomorrow will be a different day. I don't know. We'll live to fight another day." Like that was her constant message for like 5 years, 5 good years. So the day she decided to do it, So the last message now was, I'm going for a journey, for a long journey, and I'm not going to come back, something like that, or I'm going to sleep, never to wake up. So yeah, it was so sad to read such a thing. Now, of course, we come to know of these things when it has already happened.
And then we start wishing we did something.
Exactly. Or yeah, we did something.
Yeah, it's so sad. It's so sad. There is always a telltale sign that somebody is depressed enough to be thinking about suicide. There is always a telltale sign, especially to people who are very close to us. I mean, if I change, if I shed weight, even an inch like this, you're always the first one to tell me, Nakamura siku hizi kunaendaje? But now we don't want to check on people. We don't want to check on their emotions. I think we are all, I'm stressed, you stressed, so
physical,
we
yeah.
cannot check on each other because we're all going through something. Because clearly we are a stressed nation. We are a depressed
We
nation.
are.
Yeah.
And then another thing, I think we look so much on the outside.
Yeah,
As long as, because I've had my friends, we have not talked for a very long time. And then when I go like, as in you're so lost, you don't even call, nini. As in,
low.
yeah, but do you know what they say? But sinakuonanga Facebook.
Yes.
Sinakuonanga Facebook. I keep telling them, please don't take my status updates as the real wherever that is going.
Yeah, through me. But for that status update, it's usually either 30 seconds or even it goes to 60 seconds. Those are just 60 seconds in 24 hours.
And I am
so you
perfect
can't
at that
judge
time.
me. Yeah, you can't start saying that I will not check on so and so because I've seen their status, they're doing fine. And I think that's a very stupid way of reasoning, as in that I have seen somebody's status, so they are doing very well. Yeah, so we are a nation that is not checking on each other. We are a nation that is not actually trying to. We are in denial. What are we denying? We are like in denial. We are like things like mental illnesses ni vitu za maji.
Yeah,
tell me kama ujiambiwa na mtu.
Hizo ni mashati. And then people actually make fun of it. Ati me stress cannot kill me because now nitafikiria sijui kwenda kwa mjengo ama sijui kufanya nini ama nitafikiria stress.
Yes. And when you say you're stressed, when you're depressed or when you have a mental illness, in my country, Kenya, you are considered weak. My friend, you're not weak. You're actually very strong. You've actually handled way too much. You now need to release some so that you can continue living a normal kind of life. I don't know nani alituambia hivyo. And we even make fun of it. Man up. You know, watu wengi wanapitia chenye unapitia. Mbona ni wewe tu unakuwa na depression?
And then I really hate this phrase. As in you are trying to explain your situation, which is burdening to you.
Yes.
No matter how little it may seem to you, it is how I feel. But now you want to trivialize it. You are saying me, do you know what I have gone through? I have gone through worse. But now, can you tell what is worse to me is not what is worse to you?
And I feel like I find that very disrespectful. I really find it as a very bad way of even thinking about your friends. And if you can do that to someone, then that is not somebody who's your friend or somebody who we can say they are closest to you. Because I'm supposed to listen. Mimi nikikatwa hii kidole, I'll cry for 2 years. Maybe tudi hapa kivunjika mguu, she won't even cry a day.
Yeah,
yes, so
we are
different and people face things differently. We cope differently. So that is also one thing that is really, really contributing to suicidal cases in our country. Because I don't want to tell people, especially men, be told to manner. But we are going through emotions. It's an emotional, as in it's a reality. Si kitu mbaya. Nika venye una breathing every morning. It's okay to feel depressed and then take some time off. Go through medication if you're on any, or maybe take therapy if you're going through therapy. So there's always a telltale sign that somebody is going through suicidal thoughts.
Like?
The number one, they will always say bye in ways that you can't tell. Like, I'm going on a journey, you know. And then number two, the first telltale sign that somebody wants to do something, they keep off. Keep off. Okay, I think we have people who don't keep off. Like, I think personally, I'm not a person of keeping quiet. I'll always be jovial and I'm going through a lot. So, but most people keep off. If you're living with your children in the house, you notice that your children are no longer jovial. They want to keep off. They want to keep to themselves in the bedroom. And then when they tell you something small and you're not able to help them, for example, "Mommy, buy me this," and you say, "No, not this time." They are really affected by that thing. So they've already started feeling like you're undermining them. Yeah, so the first telltale sign is somebody who keeps off. And what do we do as Kenyans? Or what do we do when somebody keeps off?
Siku hizi ameringa.
Siku hizi hata ashiki simu. My friend,
Yeah.
if you're good friends, check on your friends.
By
Yeah.
the way, that's why I always say, now that I have that realization that someone might be going through a lot. Me, when you keep quiet, by the way, I will always try. I will
Yeah.
try, even thrice, to reach out.
Yeah.
Before I give up and say, just sometimes some people keep quiet because maybe the friendship is over according to them, or maybe.
Yeah.
But you need to just try.
I think trying is better than regretting.
Yeah, true.
Like I would say, when I wasn't this bright, yani at one time sikuwa mwerevu, I remember a friend of mine, an old friend of mine, kept on calling me. But then I had moved away from that town. I was in a different town. And they kept on calling me and telling me I need to talk to you. I'm like, wewe huku nikatia saa ile tulikuwa huko, sasa ndio unataka kunikatia. Shock on me. Imagine one time I found it on Nation newspaper. I think it was kind of like a side, upper side, yeah, first page. He had died by suicide.
Oh my.
Tell me how I'm living right now. The guilt in
the
me.
regret.
The regret in me. Maybe
What
when
if I had picked that call?
If I picked that call, if I went to see him, and maybe he just wanted to sit down and vent out nonsense and talk nonsense, maybe. That's all he wanted. And among all his friends, he had only chosen me to call me. Why did I fail that person? Anyway, that's a gone case. I told myself and promised myself I'll never let any other person that I know and I can relate to die by suicide. And that's why I actually even decided to study psychology. Yeah. So there are always telltale signs. What else do you think can make them? Among the people who've had stories of people die by suicide, how else do they behave?
I really don't know. Sometimes I feel like they mask it a lot.
They do, but they only mask it. Yeah, we all do, even you.
Yeah, of course. I can be smiling from outside and I'm going through
a lot.
inside.
So we all mask a lot, but now we are talking about the next person. Maybe it's a husband, the wife. If it's a wife, the husband. Yani people who are close. A person who you will sit with and you can't pretend for long. Like you and your children.
We are constantly in touch.
Yeah, we are constantly in touch. As in every 24 hours, you have some few hours that you see each other. Of course, the first thing is that, and then they prepare for their death. They prepare by writing suicidal notes. So number one, this is somebody who's very secretive. Because like me in my house, I think the moment I just pick a pen to write something, my sons are like, oh, and I put all my things in places where everyone can see. So I wouldn't write a suicidal note and place it there. So the moment you discover, maybe, for example, I am now hiding my writings. It's something that you're supposed to get worried about, and especially having shown that aspect of being withdrawn from the others, then that is something that you should be able to should ring a bell. You should not be able. Lakini tena, we don't approach these people who are suicidal. We not again don't approach them with viboko. We're growing up. People would say, "Akisema anataka kunyonga mrushie kamba."
Yeah, like they would just joke about it. You want to do it, yeah.
Chukua
kamba uende ujinyonge. And they will make fun of it kwa sababu yani they think the person is pretending and just is seeking attention.
Somebody on that point of seeking attention, it is by instinct. It is so natural for you to protect your life. For example, Simba akitokea hapa, what is the first thing you do? You're not even going to run looking for your phone or something. You're going to save your life. So this person who doesn't want to save their own life, but they want to take it out, this is a person who is sick, clearly. They're going against a very natural instinct. So these people are sick. These are person. We are not together. We are rational. Actually, if you discover somebody is suicidal, the first thing you should do is take them to hospital. And in hospitals, if you're suicidal, they don't release you until you come back to to where you're not suicidal. So those are there. I was talking about how serious it is.
Yeah.
So those people who say that somebody is seeking attention or was seeking attention, imagine you're just covering up your guilt. You're just covering up the guilt you have because you didn't help this person. Or you're covering I don't know you're speaking from what point of view, but never ever, never ever. Even if somebody wrote you, unless it is told you they're suicidal, please, I think it's best to
like even if they're seeking attention, you are better off acknowledging that
Yes.
than regretting later
then
on.
yeah, because
Yeah.
hey, it's hard to it's hard
To live with. Yeah,
Yes.
to live with. Yeah, guys, I hope you are enjoying the video, by the way. If you are, please give us a thumbs up, okay? So another thing, by the way, now that we can read the signs, is there a way you can stop someone from committing suicide? They're always, their mind is always made up. No matter what you do, they will still go ahead and do it.
Yeah, of course we save these people. These people are saved a lot. Somebody who wants to die by suicide, why do they want to die by suicide in the first place? It means like when we find children and teenagers who die by suicide, it means the environment they are in is pushing them to that, is making them hate themselves so much that they can't be able to, they would rather die. Maybe, for example, just an example, most teenagers are die by suicide because they're either abused as children continuously, or they're even being abused, especially in school.
Yeah.
And then when they come home, they get me as a parent. I am also very strict, so they have nowhere.
Suck it up.
Yes, hana mahali ya kutolea hiyo feeling yake. So shule anasikia amechukiwa, huko nyumbani pia amechukiwa. So it is the environment that has been created that is making this person get very suicidal. So we can change the environment. Of course, you first need to be taken through therapy. You need to be taken through treatment. And then when now you are at least normal suicidal, and now you can't be able to reason with us, we can now try do very, very, very severe therapy to be able maybe to let this person get out of that environment. So of course we can't say the child is getting this kind of thoughts when they are, as in it is 1 + 1 = 2, when that child is getting this kind of thoughts when they're in school, and then when they come home they don't have it. So you as a parent, by then you know, the school is not a good environment for the child. But what do we do? Tell me what we do as African mothers. Tandika, unakataa shule.
True.
Tandika kabisa.
And by the way, sometimes when they come home and say the school, I don't know, they want to change schools and they're tired. Utaenda hiyo shule. Do you know how much I paid?
Yes.
As school fees in that
Do you
class?
know how much I pay? Nakwambia nani mwingine anaanza uniform. You do not even want to listen to this person, where they are coming from. And it is sad. It is quite sad because teenagers are really dying by suicide.
True.
Suicide. And at times I wonder, I don't know, these I'm not sure, but I wonder whether suicide is a natural thing, as natural as swallowing saliva. Because how can somebody be 17, 16 years old, 14 years old think of
ending their lives,
Yes.
honestly, and they have a whole
life ahead of them,
a whole
even
life
to
ahead of
change
them.
anything that has happened.
True,
But
true,
unfortunately
true.
they don't know, because we are not talking to them. So according to them, ameishi. Even me when I was 15, I thought, nimeishi maisha.
Mimi when I was when I had just cleared from 4. By the way, sometimes you might think now as, because now we are older, we think they have a whole life ahead of them. But I'm thinking at their age, they actually don't know if they have
Another life.
that whole life, or they can
Honestly,
change their situation. Or when you are at that point, I think you just see a warning beyond.
I want it beyond.
I want it beyond. And I actually felt stuck after Form 4. Unajua sisi tulikuwa tunakaa a whole 2 years
Before you join campus.
And those 2 years, do you know, I had gotten the letter already, but I was just feeling like, ama yenyewe yani my life is just over. Ama yenyewe I will never even see this university. Ama yenyewe yani will I ever? And then now it is worse if you are in the village. Mimi sijui kama village yenu iko better. Maybe by the way, our village can kill you guys.
You're going to that village.
Our village can kill you. And unajua now imagine you are 18. Na mtu mzima anakuja hapo hivyo, you know, now you should be getting married, you know, if you don't get if ukipita hii miaka yenye uko nayo, now it will be impossible for you to get married. Now you see every other time these words are repeated to you from time to time until sasa unafika mahali unasema ama yenyewe it is
ninastahili kuolewa.
Yeah, nastahili kuolewa ama yenyewe my life is over. Unajua,
as in even our that's another thing. People, women who get married in their teenage, actually have a higher rate of doing suicide, especially when they're getting to 40, when they see their peers, the ones tulikuwa nao shule. No, you didn't go to campus, you got married to that man. You know that one who was selling you Shafika. Now you look at the peers, the people you should have been in campus with. By now you could be having 8 children.
Okay.
So when you compare yourself with the rest, you're most likely to go through a mental state, deep kabisa, depression, stress, you unapata BP, so you come here 36.
Yeah,
And actually go to an extent of being suicidal, because again, these spouses that we pick when we are 18 and 17,
they're not the ones we would have picked
if we are now all grown. And they end up also abusing us very much, because again, you are a baby. Unaelewa nini. So those are that was just a by the way.
That was a by the way.
I
think we have exhausted the topic. We have
exhausted but they can always, you can always ask questions.
You can
always come up with more and more. What we discuss next time, Mama, we let them tell us. You
can tell us, by the way, in the comment section down below, guys, what you would like us to talk about, especially with the psychologist herself. We have a professional, so please make use of her.
Thank you.
We are no longer being ashamed of mental illness, honestly.
Yes, and actually we have a free what? We have a toll-free number.
In
Kenya, that you can call in case somebody is suicidal, in case yourself you're suicidal, you can call and seek help. So the government is trying, but we need the hospitals to go to, the mental hospitals, na mwache kuharibia Mathare. By the way, those jokes of that umetoka Mathare ama hujameza dawa zako, please let us stop those things. It's mental illness. It's mental illness. Imagine, I don't know, even Kenya, we even have an entire methali at kila soko ina mwendo wazimu wake. Mwendo wazimu ni mgonjwa, tafadhali. So we'll give the toll-free number.
You give the toll-free number, and you are saying the hospital. I only know of Mathare, by the way.
Mathare. Actually, Mathare is a very good hospital, good mental hospital. We also have Chiromo. Chiromo is a private mental hospital. But currently, in any government hospital you go and ask, they will lead you to where you can go to get to seek any treatment. Let us not put things to ourselves. Let us not hide our relatives and friends who are going through something. Let us speak to our friends. Let us listen to our friends. Let us check on our friends.
So the number, or we will put it in the description box later on. So that's it, guys. I hope you have learned something from this, and maybe you know how to handle suicide in general better than before. So thank you so much for watching, and thank you for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
So guys, we will meet in the next video. Bye.